Hey, what's up? It's Tiffany. Before we get started on this week's episode, please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, Booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at Booshakalakapodcast. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Booshakalaka Podcast. I am your host, Tiffany, joined by my co-host, Pierre.
Yeah, there's one problem with that. I did cast a curse that devastated an entire population. I have tortured and murdered. I've done some terrible things. I should be overflowing with regret, but I'm not. Because it got me my son.
Losing Isaiah. Got me my son. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't know. Was it a white woman?
Yeah. Well, no, she's Latino.
I don't know.
Once Upon a Time.
Oh no, I've never watched that show. Sorry. Now, if my mom was on the podcast, she would have known. Sorry, good, got me my son. Anywho, yeah. So happy Pride again. Once again, it is now June 10th. We still got what, 30 more days? 20 more days. I can't add. It's 30 days total. Let's do some fucking gay shit. So we are here with the horror.
They slash
question
them.
Mark.
Oh baby, when I tell you I'm about to go in, when
2022, please. The synopsis is. Synopsis is, thank you, a group of teenagers at an LGBTQ plus conversion camp endures unsettling psychological techniques while being stalked by a mysterious masked killer. Respect, renew, rejoice.
I know I suggested this, but I literally suggested it just because it was under the Peacock horror section. Peacock is a terrible app. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a no for me for the rest of my life. Like, I don't even know if I want to get to it. We'll get to it when we start talking, because I feel like in the beginning it led you to believe, like in the beginning it felt like Get Out. If you know what I mean? Like, you know how Get Out started with like the guy and he's walking in it felt like that, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it seems like they lost the complete plot of the movie.
It had so much potential.
It was there, and then I was like, wait, did y'all forget what this was? But we'll get there. So we start off with a woman listening. She's driving down this dark road in a road, typical forest. Looked like she's going to Hattiesburg.
I was gonna say The Kill.
Oh, okay, same. And so, they don't have no service out there. And and so she's driving and she's listening to this weird ass audiobook. And
no, I think she was listening to true crime podcasts.
Oh, okay. It sounded creepy. It was just like, I was like, girl, what the hell? And then she cut it off. She was like, it's too dark. You ain't about to get me. So then
she said, fuck that.
Her tire blows out. And, she gets out. And I didn't understand what that was on the road, though.
It was spikes.
Oh, it was literally, okay. So now I have less respect for her because she gets out the car. She sees that it's spikes. She just stands there. And she's looking around and she holds her phone out. Like, I'm like,
look, if you are on a desolate road at night by yourself with not one weapon in sight, your car goes pow and you've swerved and you're like, whew, I'm okay. The car's still gonna work. Mm-hmm. You can still ride that bitch till the hub. You can I'm sure you could probably at least go a couple of miles. You don't have to be stuck there. And if she got out of the car and saw, it's just the tire, I would have got back in the car and kept fucking driving.
Yeah. I was confused why but most people be like, I don't want to have to replace my, all that kind of stuff. But this is life or death. I'm not like, and when you look like you intentionally did this shit. So that's why I was weird because, she's just looking around. The deer comes out. Even if it was just a stag that came out, why are you just standing here? Like, she was just literally standing in front of the deer, and then the deer runs off. Then she decides to scream and run back in, and the killer behind her the whole time. I was like,
who would you rather be in the forest with, a deer or a killer with a mask on?
Look, we're gonna keep choosing we're gonna choose the deer, the bear.
I choose the deer.
Like, cause what? It just was weird how she just kept standing there. I'm like, what are you waiting for? And then
what are you waiting for?
And then she gets back in the car and the killer run up and hack her up.
Why didn't the car start when she was trying to get in though?
Now that part I couldn't understand.
That didn't make any sense because when she blew the tire, the car was still running when she stopped. When you get in a car wreck, your car, unless it's gone, is still running.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what? The killer comes in and asks her a question by chopping her damn head off. Well, she didn't chop her head off, but it stabbed her through the window, and how we see blood splatter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a beautiful sunny day at Camp Crystal Lake. Well, it's actually called Whistler Conversion Camp.
Yeah, Whistler. Ugh. So
Whistler Conversion Camp.
We're at a conversion camp. And we get introduced to all the characters. I do not know their names.
I have everybody's name. Do not worry. So, who just describe them and I'll tell you their name.
Jordan, the non-binary member of the group. Trans non-binary. That's
they said trans. They said trans. Yeah, trans non-binary.
Trans non-binary. Okay. Because I don't think that he's non-binary in real life, but I may be wrong. But okay, trans non-binary, and first we meet the counselors. So we meet Owen, who is the owner, Owen Whistler, who is the owner of the camp, his wife, Dr. Cora Whistler, Molly the nurse, Zane the athletics director, and Sarah the activities director, and Balthazar the handyman. Like, really? Yeah.
He had a speech. You're right. It was like giving me Get Out, because it was like, oh, I'm on your side, brother. You know, like in the beginning,
it was
he's
very.
Like, I don't hate gays. I don't hate gays. You know, I want you to find peace within yourself. And everybody's like, okay, this is what we've been. This works for us. Yeah. But obviously, it ain't gonna go that way. But again, I have the names, so you can roll over. And I'm okay.
So I'm gonna start with Jordan, just because we're talking about Owen. Because he splits them up, girls and boys camps, and of course, Jordan is like, you know, I'm non-binary, I don't identify with either, and so he's like, okay, I understand, and I thank you for telling me, but why don't you go to the boys' dorm, see if you fit in there? If you don't, then we'll switch you. You know, we'll find something else. So, again, it was very, it lures you in. It makes you feel very comfortable.
But before that, they made sure to take all the kids' medications and take all of their electronics as well, because they're here to be converted, I guess.
So, I believe we have a Black trans woman, Alexandra.
Yes, Alexandra.
And we have Toby? No, Toby was the dog. Toby's the dog. Stuart.
No, Duke is the dog, and Toby is the theater guy.
Okay, so that was racist.
Moulin Rouge.
I knew I felt like, no, it's not racist, because I thought Toby was the dog, but no, so I know him because he's been in a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff he's in.
He does look very familiar. So they're basically sitting around having a chat about why they're there. So either their parents forced them to go there, or they just don't want to be gay anymore, or they feel like they shouldn't be gay, or they're pretending, or they want to fit in, or just overall to be loved. So we meet all of the characters, and Jordan's reason for being there is because they said, if I come to this conversion camp, I can legally emancipate myself. So we're just getting a little, like, the movie it was such a tonal shift from kill, and then I swear we had like 45 minutes of just chatting.
That's why it felt like, you know what it felt like? It was like, okay, we're gonna do Get Out, but then it completely flipped the switch and it became But I'm a Cheerleader. That's how I felt watching this movie. It felt like But I'm a Cheerleader. Like, I'm a homosexual. Like, I was like, where are we going with this? Like,
yeah, and it's like, even in my notes, I have nothing scary to write until like
nothing
until 8 seconds, 8 minutes, really. Like, we have Alexandra, she's taking a shower, and we get like this creepy POV, and it turns out to be Sarah, who's the activities director, and she sees Alexandria naked. And they're like, you got to go to the male cabin, because it looks like they haven't had their gender affirming surgery. And
this is when
Owen tells her, you didn't tell me the truth. Jordan told me the truth, that they were non-binary and they can kind of decide. But I feel like if Alexandria said, I am a trans woman, they still would have made her go to the male's cabin.
I know. That's why
I
I
don't
was.
believe that. I don't
That's when
believe that
I
at
think
all.
that's when the sinister part. See, this should have been two different movies, but I feel like that's when the sinister part kicks in, because you could have really done the movie the way they were doing it without the killer, and it would have still been like a psychological horror kind of thing because of the torture and everything.
And I don't have any kids, but I really feel like if parents are sending their trans kids to a conversion camp, there would be no, they wouldn't look like the other gender at all.
Right? They wouldn't have sent them
Like
there
if
like
I
that.
said I was a
Yeah.
trans man, I would go in looking just like this, because it's always going to be everything beforehand, because they're trying to fix you. You know, conversion camp is not the last resort. That's usually like the first resort.
Yeah.
But anyway, Whistler continues to call Alexandria he, and I was like, this is a lady.
I hate you so much.
And then we have the kids doing activities, going to therapy, showing their athleticism. Everybody is participating. I was really surprised at that. Everybody was having a good old time.
I know. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're just gonna.
I mean, you think that they're going to be good to these kids, but
Yes.
it's still no horror. No horror.
Now, the one thing that was, I guess it started getting creepy is when they woke them up in the middle of the night and they had them like walk in the woods and pair up and then like spend the night in the woods. I didn't understand.
Yes.
I didn't understand what that had to do with conversion therapy. But
that didn't have anything to do with it, because they wanted to get the kids away so they could look through all their stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. They were going through their shit. And in the meantime,
they're going
they
through
see
all the kids' stuff.
They see the killer in the woods, but nothing really happens. So that's when it's like, clearly,
oh, this is a horror movie.
Yeah, it's like it keeps trying to remind you, but it doesn't give you anything. So we move past this. Then we get some action. So we see that Balthazar is a fucking pervert. Everybody in this damn movie, they're fucking pedophiles.
Yeah, Balthazar's watching the kids.
Yeah, he has a spy cam in the girls' bathroom, and he's like literally watching them take showers. Then the killer comes from behind, stabs him in like through the eye.
Time out. You are skipping the entire movie.
Am I? That's what I had after
So we have Kim and Veronica.
Yeah, that's what I have after the forest.
So this is still no horror. So I'll go over the no horror parts. Kim and Veronica are chatting, and Kim is like, "Oh, I can't gauge trans people," and I hate that, because it's like, "Girl, you gay?" And you know, they're obviously attracted to each other, and then the counselors are going through all the things. So the next day, Jordan gets called in to come see the therapist, Dr. Cora Whistler, because she found a Bible in Jordan's belongings and a photo that shows that Jordan was born, you know, a female. So he calls Jordan in, and Cora basically belittles everybody for their sexuality, their gender identities, and she topped it off with, "No one is ever going to love you until you admit that you are scared, lonely, ugly little dyke." And
it was a very creepy scene.
Did you watch
True Blood?
Claws?
Oh, I saw her in Claws too. She looks young. I saw her in True Blood. That's when I first met her.
Yeah.
She looked younger in this than she did in True Blood. I don't know how. Maybe it's the blonde hair versus the red hair, but she just looks way older, and maybe they wanted her to look trashier, but I don't know. She just looked very.
And I think it might be the hair. Sometimes the hair can just change exactly how you look. I feel like I look younger when I have lighter hair too.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
And then so Jordan goes back to the camp room, and Jordan is like really upset, and here comes Alexandria. I don't know the words to the song, and I didn't know that's what they were singing.
Once or twice, made my way. I'm not singing it, but they had this like whole musical singing Pink's Fucking Perfect. Great
Everybody
song.
was dancing, even the jock.
Right, he got into it. I was just like, they was voguing. I can't do none of that. But I was just like, again, what the hell are we watching? Like, what the fuck is this movie? Like, it's like they wanted to do so much. Like, if you want to do Glee, just do Glee. If you can't have all this in the same movie, like
Glee, but I'm a cheerleader and Get Out.
Literally.
And so Whistler sees them in there having their singing contest, And later that night, Jordan sneaks into the main office and discovers photographs that show the history of the Whistler camp. And you see them torturing children. You see a bunch of photos of children with black eyes, beat up and bruised. And Molly, the nurse, catches him and she's like, "Oh, I didn't know anything about this. I had no idea. I'm new. Remember, they said I was new in the beginning." And so she's like, I promise to protect the group and nothing's gonna happen to you. Now we're at Balthazar.
Okay. Well, the other guy, look, he gets stabbed and grabbed. Like, he gets stabbed to the eye and then he just gets beat into the computer. So there's a lot of aggression
into the monitor.
Like, a lot of aggression there.
But you know what? He deserved it. Why are you watching children shower? You fucking nasty ass whore.
Yeah, I didn't.
Porn is free.
All of them were perverts, though. And so they get another activity. So they split the boys and girls up. And we have the boys going to the shooting range, and we have the girls. Why did you say that? We have the girls baking pies. Again, this was exactly the plot of But I'm a Cheerleader when they were in there vacuuming and shit. And the boys are playing football. I'm like, this is so like, Kevin Bacon, what are you doing? So
I told you, Kevin Bacon's at the point in his life like Samuel Jackson. They say, "Hey, Samuel Jackson, you want to do a movie?" He says, "Here's my fee," and they're like, "We could do it." He's like, "I'll be there." That's it.
Like,
as long as they give him the money.
Executive producer on this, and side note, he's starting to look more and more like Ethan Hawke. I don't know what it is with them, but they're just starting to look very much alike. I was like, so they're at the shooting range. Nothing's really happening with the pies, lame ass pies. But at the shooting range, Jordan is killing it. Like killing it. And like that, we're getting a little insight on Jordan. Jordan's like, I can do this. You don't know me, blah, blah, blah. So
anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
You proud of yourself?
Yes.
And, so Zane is like, he decides to have a pissing competition with Jordan. And so he's like, let's have a shootout. Let's make I forgot I don't even know what the bet was. I don't remember
I can't remember either.
Jordan got out of the bet. It seemed like Zane was going to get more than Jordan. So they start shooting, and like Zane shoots, he hits, very close to the target. Jordan shooting hit all 3 rounds up in that bitch. I was like, oh!
How?
So then Zane gets angry.
Yeah, because they can't take that. Anyone other than a straight male, honestly, it probably has to be a straight white male beating him. He can't accept it. He can't accept it. It's just because it goes against. If it was a straight black male, he'd be pissed.
Right, it goes against what his definition of masculinity is, and I didn't realize that white men. Look, and this is a gay topic too. Because there was this screenshot on Twitter, and like where there's one of them, the black guys who love white boys, he got from Grindr, and the guy was like, I can't be with a guy darker than me. It makes me feel less masculine. And I didn't realize that was a thing for them. Like they feel like a black guy being like, that's less masculine. And I was like,
wow, they want to dominate.
Yeah, I was like, white supremacy is so fucking amazing. Like the psychology of it. Like I would have never thought like, oh, you're darker than me, so I feel less masculine when you do things better than me. Like that's so interesting.
Well, I mean, hello, paper bag test. They think darker people are scarier. Darker black women are, angry black women. That's where that whole trope comes from. It's so weird because the light ones can be assholes, the dark ones can be assholes. Everybody can be an asshole.
Right. It's so interesting. I'm like, but y'all are like literally okay. So yeah, but yes, he gets so pissed. So they have Jordan do they don't have Jordan do another test. They have Toby do a test to where Toby is supposed to shoot Duke the dog. Duke has cancer. Everyone was noticing it earlier because of the way he walks.
I don't think Duke was sick.
Well, because
my dog walked with a little switch.
Because the other student was like, hey, that dog's walking funny. I feel like that confirmed
when we find out who he is.
Oh, yeah, that was that little bitch.
Creepy thin man.
Literally. So Toby's like, he's like, you have to shoot Duke, or if you don't shoot Duke, Zane is going to take, a baseball bat and beat him to death. And I was like, What does this have to do with being straight? Like, it sounds so hard over there.
Nothing. And well, is it a part of being manly? No, it's a part of being insane, killing an animal. Because Toby's like, okay, he got cancer. Just let that shit be a natural death. Let him just not wake up one morning. Like, what are we doing here?
Toby
He's
is
still
struggling,
walking around.
baby. Toby's struggling hard. Like he pushing out a large doo-doo and he had a drink of water. He had no water in 3 days.
He is dehydrated.
It's rough, baby. And so, he's just sitting over there like crying. He's like, you better do it. And then Jordan ends up shooting Duke. And then,
he
Toby
should have shot Owen.
Right. Toby has this huge breakdown. Jordan point the gun at Owen, but then he just turns it away and pop, and runs off. It was a lot for a little bit. Like, it was just a lot of dramatics.
It switched it up real fast. It was really tense. And I don't like, you don't hurt that baby. You don't hurt that baby.
I'm just like,
sure.
Where's the horror? So back at the
white men with a gun. Scared.
Back at the pie factory with Patty's pies. They over there making the pies. Of course,
Sarah.
Is it no? What's it, April? What's the white girl's name? Blonde hair.
Kim.
So Kim makes the best pie, and she's like, I make pies with my mom. Blah blah blah. So they finish making the pies. Of course, Veronica makes the worst pie, and then she's like, all right, bitches, get out of here.
She probably made one of Miss Minnie's pies. Woo! Little brown for you, brown Mickey Clown.
So she's like, all right, bitches, get the hell out of here. But you stay, Kim. And it's just this weird, again, pedophiles. Like, she's like, oh yeah, your pie's tight and juicy. Here, taste it. And then she like rubbing all on her and stuff. So that's when
we would have been fighting. You do not put your fingers on anything and try to put it into my mouth. I have a problem with that. Look, as a woman, I thought you were gonna say. As a woman, our areas are very sensitive, mind you. You got to clean your hands before you go touch something, because that's when women get, blah, 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 balance. XYZ. Yeah, fucking up the pH balance. Just imagine somebody touching something. First off, she was like, here, let me get a piece of your pie. And she's slicing it like a maniac. And then she just kind of like turns it around like she's doing the she turns it around and grabs it, and here you go. And Kim is like, I'm gay, but I don't like old bitches.
It was just very creepy. And so that's when she just cries, runs off, like.
Yeah, and in between all of that, we see Molly finding this old boarded up cabin, and she tries to go sneak in there to investigate, and we have Cora pops up. She's like, hey, what are you doing here? Huh? What you got going on?
Like, oh, I was just walking around.
Yeah, I was just, nothing. And she's like, okay, you are on our team, right? And Molly's like, yeah. She's like, I knew you were family. And I was like, okay, what an oxymoron, because that's what gay people call,
Yeah.
Are you family? Are you?
It was a lot going on. We did skip over one part with Molly. So Veronica does go to the nurse she sneaks into the nurse's cabin to try to get her estrogen pills.
Alexandra.
What did I say? Veronica. Alexandra, she goes to get her estrogen pills, and she's like, I need these because I'm going through my transition. And so Molly does give her the pills. I forgot to mention that. But we just want to add that Molly's been an ally to these children. So moving on along.
Kim and Veronica are at the pier. And Veronica actually tells her, hey, I'm actually a college student and I'm writing a paper about conversion therapy. Sorry.
I ain't supposed to be here, bro. It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
And Kim is like, I don't give a fuck. Give me some. And then they just start making out. And
I thought they were just going to make out. I thought they were just going to make out. She give it all up. I'm like,
we got a wide shot. We got a fucking crane shot of her munching on that pie.
Baby, I'm like, oh my God, like on the pier in front of my salad, like, because it's like you're literally at conversion camp. These counselors ain't walking around.
It was the small. Granted, I don't know Only thing I know about camp is from Bug Juice. So like I don't know how many people supposed to be there, but Bug Juice had a lot of kids and they had a lot of counselors, and there's really nobody here. We
Yeah,
got
because we have a lot more kids, but they're like background characters. We don't even get to
girl,
know their
them
names.
extras don't even get lines.
They just be like standing
But
around.
they
Like
got
there's this
paid
other
because they had to show up. How many days to be extras in this show?
hello, because I'm like they had this dark skinned black girl with some braids. We don't hear a word don't come out her mouth. I was like, damn,
What is it?
what's
The
up?
braids?
God, I hate Tiffany. I hate Tiffany.
Hurt your feelings. You don't work with me no more. Okay. So
So, in the meantime, while there's box being munched, there is sausage to be smoked, and so Stewart is out there swimming in the river, swimming on the raft. And
shut up. He was swimming so fast. I was like, oh, I wish I could swim like fast. Like,
right, he over
but
there
he
with
did say he was a swimmer.
That
was his jock. His
but
jock
the water
position.
was dirty. I just feel maybe they just have to do it. The swimmers just have to get in the water because they, the 13th year and all. So he's out there swimming, and Gabe is over there standing there looking lanky,
creepy,
looking like creepy thin man, literally. So he just gets naked and not gets naked, but gets in underwear, gets in the water, swims over to Stewart, and just magically seduces him. I don't want to be cruel, but I'm gonna have to say anything.
I mean, you can have your preference, and we can move on from there.
I'm gonna say it wouldn't have gotten me. So they go to the cabin.
I mean, that's your preference, but yes. Stu, I mean, I guess he was just hard up to get some, so he started rubbing on Gabriel's chest, and then it was like,
right,
like how they were kissing. It was like
yeah, and then just he goes straight in and start diving in. I was like, oh my god. This is worse than Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, they go and they start having sex, no lube or nothing. Jesus, I said, oh, this sounds painful. But then again,
nobody got time for that.
When we find out who Gabriel is, that motherfucker probably did put lube on before, and we just didn't see it.
So, Stu. Natural. I hate when they go to sleep after they have sex in movies. So Stu just laying.
I gotta go take a shower. I gotta go see what I got in the fridge to eat. Then I gotta then when I come back and lay in the bed, be like, all right, let me get a little comfortable, find something good to watch on TV. Then I'm going to sleep.
I have to get some food. There's just like literally no way. And then
I have to go take a shower.
There's just certain type of sex you need to get in the shower, especially when you have lube. You're sticky. Like, come on.
Hell, sometimes, honestly, you might be getting up and going to wash some sheets. If you didn't put a towel down, you gotta clean up, baby. Because who's sleeping in that? Ew.
So, he wakes up and Gabe just sitting over there talking all creepy, like, you're not ashamed? He's like, no, I usually am. And it's Stewart's usually has been the one the whole movie who has been the most adamant about not being gay. So he's like, no, I don't regret it.
It's so Gabe is like stereotype.
Yeah. So Gabe is like, oh, I wish you had, bitch. So then in comes Owen and Zane, and they like, oh yeah, motherfucker, you ain't realizing he worked with us. And so they haul him off. They take him to the cabin, into the dark room.
They take him to the room where Jerome was from Tales from the Hood.
They take him to the room where they took Samara from The Ring.
Oh,
so the horses keep me up at night. So they're basically going to do.
You're going to die tonight. I hated it, Aiden. God, I hated Aiden.
You can't be more specific. Like, you could have literally solved. Just say everything. Why are you speaking to me in riddles?
Why did you save her? You weren't supposed to save her.
Because you didn't tell me not to. You made it seem like this was your home girl the whole fucking movie.
Oh, I hate it.
Over there drawing her and shit, dancing and shit. Remember Scary Movie 3 when she. So I'm just like, ugh, asshole.
So they have a aversion therapy, and it's a electroshock torture, and they show him photos of men and photos of women. So when there's photos of men on the screen, he gets electrocuted or he gets shocked. For women, not a thing. And Owen says this is going to make him heterosexual. This is going to make him not want to be with anybody.
Yeah, I can't even imagine the like I don't. And I like, cause it's crazy because they still haven't shut down all these conversion camps in America. So it's like, gosh.
Here's my thing. Do you honestly? I will say there might be a select few of idiots, but I feel like they might be bisexual. Do you really think people would want to go through a life of being tortured, harassed, bullied if it wasn't real.
That's what I never like. I think maybe they, because they're all, there are a lot of excuses like, you've been possessed by a demon, it used to be considered a mental illness, or they're just,
But
they listen to
but
the
my
rock
thing
music
is,
and they're going against, I don't know.
who would want to? Nobody would want to go through that. I'm sure you once in your life probably said, "Why am I like this? I don't want to be like this. I want to be normal." And it's like it's not a choice, bitch.
Yeah,
Because if it was, a lot of people would choose different.
Right. I feel like I just feel like if we were just to go with the choice thing, then that would just mean that humans are inherently bisexual then, because then you could choose either one, and I'm like, so you still lose. So it's like, so
and I do believe that some people are super flamboyant, super out there for likes, for infamy, and it's not who they are truly as a person. I do believe that. And I don't think there's a gay agenda, but I think a lot of people want gay to be their agenda, so they can profit off of it. Because
you mean like gay for pay?
Profitable.
We're not going to start that conversation.
Yeah.
We will not start that, Flashman Wade. We're not going to go there because
I'm sorry, I don't know who it is, but I'll look him up after.
Please. He was on America's Next Top Model, but now he does gay for pay stuff. Well, how
America's Next Top Model, United States?
Yes, baby.
Which season? What did he look like?
He was on
What's his name?
He's literally Wade. But he was on the season. He didn't even make it far, so don't expect too much. But he was on the season that you remember when Tyra had the guy. Yes, he was on that season, but he didn't make it that far. Like, he didn't even make it past before they got to the house. He was just in like the pre-trials because he couldn't walk.
Oh, okay. So I don't think I remember him.
You shouldn't. It's just that's where
Corey
people recognize
Wade?
him from. Say it again. Does he have dreads? He's light skinned with dreads. We're like brown and blonde dreads.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who he is, but yeah, but like, I believe him, and it is unfortunate that is a thing, because that just takes
accountability,
the extremists to think that, oh, it is a choice. You're just doing this. Blah, 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 blah. But anyway, we can
accountability. That's also our fault because they shouldn't be supporting him. Like, he doesn't want y'all. Stop giving him money.
If you're cute, you can,
baby.
Whatever. Like, what did I say? No fats, no films, no Asians. Kim said, no whites, no blondes, no blue eyes. Give me the Asian, baby.
Hello.
With the red hair, looking like oh God, what was that show? Rocket Power.
Reggie.
I don't know why she reminded me of
Gosh, I hated that show. So
they torture Stu.
Any of those sports.
Right, they were getting down. I loved it. I was too old for that shit, but I was still watching it. So they torture Stu and they take him over to Molly's office, like, here, fix him.
Right, and he like, but damn near dead. So Molly's like, bitch, I quit. He like, you can't quit. I know the sheriff, and it felt like a very weak threat, and because he's still like, fix him. Like, they still need you to save his life.
Right.
And so he's like, yeah, fix him and then you're fired. So, she gets them together. That was a lot. But we get instant retribution. So
Gabriel, instant. So wait, Gabriel goes to see Cora. And in her office, she's hundreds of photos of kids that they have fixed, converted. And he's like, she's very motherly to him. He goes over and grabs a cookie out of there, and she's like, only one? Owen would be pissed if you took more than one. Then we skip to Gabe Zane. Out at the lake.
After. No, it was after. We got one more. We got one before. We got Zane and Sarah.
Oh, they're in right. You're right.
They're in their bedroom. And so this is their kink. And this is weird. This movie is so cringy. So
because conversion therapy does not work.
It doesn't work, but they just basically choose to leave in secret. And so basically these are two people, like she's a lesbian, he's gay, but because of conversion therapy, they have to be with each other. So because they stole the children's phones, they're looking through the children's phones of like, not nudes. I wouldn't say nudes, but just shirtless, topless pictures of them. So she shows,
provocative.
yes. And so she's looking through Stewart's. And so she shows Zane a picture of Stewart with his shirt off. Then he shows Sarah a picture of Kim, like in like a bra and panties. And then they start making out and like dry humping each other. And that's their way of being
I bet they don't
straight.
even have sex. They just dry hump.
Yeah, that's their way of being
burned
straight.
Everywhere.
Because I was like, what? This is okay. But stranger things have happened. So in the midst of doing that, the killer comes and slices them, dices them, cut a hole in their ass, spill blood on the wall, play tennis with their balls. Like, it's over.
She asks them a question and they get out of here. And they don't even show the death. I'm like, where was your money? Where's your budget?
So then we get Gabe, and Gabe is out on the water again trying to seduce somebody.
So why is Gabe just finishing off that cookie? So you mean to tell me he got the cookie out the office, walked over to the lake, blew up the inflatable, got in the inflatable, and then ate the cookie?
Yeah. I would have done some shit like that too. Because I want to savor that damn cookie if it was that damn good.
Scrumptious.
So
he's in the water and he's like running his fingers through the water and he feels something and his Balthazar is dead ass popping up out the water. Cut up. So he's slashed to hell. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
And so he runs out of the water.
And then he's looking back at the body, the killer behind him. He turned around and killer say, gotcha. Like killer just knocks him out and takes him back to the torture room where they were doing the electroshock therapy on Stewart. So he wake up all tied up and he like, baby, it's popping. And so he just shows him all the images. Like he just, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. So he shows him all the images.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead. Have your moment.
What you know about me? What you know about me? Okay.
How ironic considering she's transphobic. So
wow. So weird.
So just shows Gabe all the images and then just bolts him with electricity. Like just
I think it was turned up to the top.
Yeah,
to the
literally
top.
Just fried. And I don't
how did the killer know how to work the machine?
I mean, don't you just stick and turn and press a button? Like it didn't seem complicated.
Okay.
It was just
they don't put it in the case, they just leave it out willy-nilly. They don't put it up in a little case for safety.
Considering it's only 5 of them in there, I believe so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah,
I did not, I don't feel bad at all. It was like I just like that it was instant retribution. So we're getting murders. So the tone is shifting again though, because I'm like, I don't understand. We'll get to it at the end. I
think there should have been more killing in betwixt and made it more of a mystery. Like, oh, where the hell is Zane?
Yeah. Just something like, because I'm just like, and then also, you're not killing people who I feel I should be,
I don't care about these people.
Right. And I just feel like you want to make an LGBTQ horror movie, you can. But you got to let her into, you got to kill these people. Like, they like, and I feel like they were trying to not kill them to prove, like, make a message, prove a point, whatever. But it's like, no, you can do it the right way. Just same way you can make jokes about, like, I don't know if you saw on Twitter where, like, the stand-up girl was like how she went on a date with the trans man. That went kind of viral because they were like, that's how you do a LGBTQ joke, like, without it being offensive. Like,
I remember seeing her.
Yeah, and it's just like, you can joke. Like, you can, like, yes, we're, like, literally drag queens are known for it.
You have to be clever. You have to be clever enough.
Yeah, just don't make it about bigotry. Like, just make it about regular shit, and it works. And you can do that with horror. Kill these fucking kids, because that's what they should have been doing. Because that would have.
But when you see who it is, there wasn't the point to kill the kids.
Right, I get it, but damn it.
But Veronica and Kim come back to the cafeteria. They were trying to guess what? They was going to get some snacks. So they ran over there, and then they opened up the door, and oh shit, Gabriel, Cora, Sarah, and Zane dead to
not Cora, baby, just Gabriel.
Gabriel,
Balthazar,
old ass.
Sarah and Zane.
Sarah and Zane dead to the cafeteria. And they run out, and then they go get Owen. And Owen's like, this is first he's heard of people dying. So he's like, Cora, get the gat. So he gives the key to Cora to go run in. He's like, 2 guns, one for you, one for me. No, bitch, give me all the guns. I need guns in my bag too. Because one's done, I'm just gonna toss it and pick up another one. Look, I got to go. I don't have time to be reloading.
So all the kids are standing out. Alex is like, bitch, I'll walk. And so they like, Jordan like, oh, you really walk? Oh, we'll take these kids. So they're like, oh, we got to do something with these extras to get them off the set because we're paying them too much money.
I hate it when she's like,
oh, now that was racist. I was like, because what did she say? What she said? Come on, I know you got the line, Tiffany, because it was some bullshit. I was so mad when I heard it.
She said, "All right, kids, it's time to step your pussy up." I'm like, who are you, RuPaul?
That's literally not something that I'm like. Who said like? Follow your mother.
From Drag Race, and what it means is step your game up. Why are we? You should have been like, kids, get your feet ready because we're about to start running.
We gotta start gatekeeping. Why the fuck does Tiffany?
It ain't gonna happen. The internet.
Why does Tiffany know that? Why does Tiffany know that? Like,
why do I know that?
Yes, I'm like, we gotta start gatekeeping because there's no way.
I'm a Drag Race super fan.
God, that just made me.
Screw you! I'm part of the family.
That just made me want to get because I'll forever love that clip. Sit the hell down. You sit your dumb ass. What is Elizabeth Edwards saying? Sit the hell down with your stupid ass bitch. Like, oh yeah, she says, sit your ass down and shut the hell up, bitch. Like, what the?
Oh yeah, sit your ass down and shut the hell up, bitch. My favorite line, and I still say it.
I know what it is.
I don't think you do.
Is it? Oh, I'm acting.
No, it's bitch. I'm from Chicago. I will whoop your ass.
Who said that?
Mystique Summers Madison season 2.
Oh, you seen no.
I said I'm a fan. So every time I hear Chicago, that pops into my head. I'm from Chicago and I'll whoop your ass. Bitch, I'm from Chicago.
Well then. Okay.
What was your favorite? Miss Vanjie.
Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie. Like, I hate y'all. I hate everything. So
Jesus is a biscuit. Let us sop him up. Okay.
So we know the superior one is Jinx. So the others stay behind, and it's just like Jordan and the lesbians.
I think Jinx. I don't think Jinx is a superior drag queen, but a superior entertainer. Yes.
Yes, I just saw and it made like Jinx's performance in that Doctor Who made me want to watch Doctor Who. That's why I was like,
Jinx is a great performer, but I mean, I don't know. She's a great performer that is a drag queen.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
But anywho, so the kids are gone, and Jordan is like kind of delegating everybody to go do whatever task to get ready to get the fuck out of Dodge. We gotta get the fuck out of Abu Dhabi. And so Toby is like, oh, I'm gonna go get Stu, and somehow he fell in love with him. This came out
again,
nowhere.
Never in the movie. He wasn't even like he didn't even looking at you. He didn't even like looking at you. So I was like, where did this come from? Because if he cared about you, why did he go fuck Gabe? So yeah, and they hold each other's hands and shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I hate nail polish on men. So
I don't care about it. Don't bother me then.
Men have ugly hands. So it's just like
But what if they just put black?
It's ugly. Like your hands are ugly. So your nails are like they have ugly nail beds. Like they don't have. Anyway,
not all of them.
Oh, I've never seen a man with pretty hands. So
a hand model.
So like from Zoolander. So Cora goes to get the guns. Cora get hacked up. She screams. We don't see what happens. So Jordan goes
chopped up
and runs in there. And he like, bitch, let me go get these guns myself because I got shit to do. So he can't unlock it, but then he hears someone coming. So he hides in the closet. It's again, are we just taking from every movie? Because this was The Faculty. Because the body in the closet. I was
and you can see through the
I'm like,
shutter
this is the body in the closet. Like y'all. This is writer strike. This is why y'all had to go on strike because y'all taking ideas from other shit. So, Cora's throat was slit and just in the closet. And then because Owen can't get it open either, he goes and gets a pistol that he has. He loads it
was
up.
a glass fucking case.
I was wondering why he didn't just break it. Because he's a man, I would expect him to break it. So he loads up his revolver. He started walking out, pop on the floor. I was like, how the hell did they hit him that hard? And then the killer pops up, and the killer instantly reveals themselves. And who's the killer, Tiffany?
It's Molly. It's Veda.
She looks really good. It made me question, but then because Macaulay Culkin is older than us, right? He's older than even you.
I think we're the same age.
You sure?
No, I think he was born in 80 because I think he was 10 in 90 when Home Alone came out.
Okay, because I was like, she looks very good. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out how old she was because I was like, she looks really good.
You know what?
Like,
she looks good because she had to deal with bullshit in Hollywood. That's probably why. She just lived a normal life.
Okay. Yeah, because she looks...
I don't think she was... I think she was doing stuff, but not like...
Okay, because she looks really good. Like, I recognized her instantly. I was like, oh, my girl. So she's just like... He's like, Molly? He's like, no, I killed Molly on her way there. So Molly was the bitch who deserved to die. And she's like, I'm Angie Phelps. And, she's just basically saying, you put me through torture. You put me through hell. You drained her of who she was. And like, there was nothing left. And so she's like, that's why she's doing all this. And Jordan comes out.
She's made it her mission to close every conversion camp in existence by killing the complicit employees.
So Jordan comes out.
I ain't even gonna talk to you. I'm not even gonna try to convert you to change your mind. Pow.
Right. Jordan comes out, and Jordan I'm sorry. They tussle because she's like standing over him, and then they start tussling, and he gets like the upper hand on her. Then Jordan comes out, grabs the gun, points it at Owen. And so, she's trying to convince Jordan to shoot him. Think about all he did. Think about all they do to us, all the kind of stuff, and Jordan's like, no. Because the plot of this movie is that gay people have compassion. So I'm going to put the revolver down and I will choose love, not hate. And I instantly got mad. Like they wanted me to like empathize with, and I'm like, no. You literally
guess what? She killed Owen anyway, bitch.
Right. So she pushes him on there. She says, respect, rejoice, renew, revenge, and slits his throat. And I was like, epic shit. And then Jordan's just like, I'm not going with you. I'm not joining with you. I'm going to walk out that door and live my life because I'm getting emancipated. And then the cops come. Like, the cops come and they just instantly know where to go. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, so Angelica, when she left...
Alexandra?
I'm sorry. Damn, we're tearing her up. Alexandra, when she left, Molly gave her a phone and said, when you get service, call 911. So that's why she knew where to go. And I'm pretty sure if it's such a small town... How do the cops
know what cabin to go? That's what I'm saying. When you have just arrived there?
Look, bitch, I don't know.
Okay. So, yeah, and then,
I don't know why... So she wanted to blame it all on Owen, and Jordan's like, no, we're not going to do that. Jordan, get the fuck out of here.
That's what I couldn't understand the moral compass of it all, because it's like, I understand if you're against murder, that's fine, that's understandable, but it's not like her mission is that like they're like conversion like people do die, like people do commit suicide with, like, I don't know if people have saw the boy, wait, not the boy is mine, the boy,
I know who you're talking about.
With the boy in the pajamas. I don't know. Not the boy in the striped pajamas. You know what I'm talking about. With the guy from Gladiator, who's old now. So it's just like, do you not realize that like people do die from this? So I was just...
This hurts people.
Yeah, it was very odd that Jordan had this stance.
I thought that Jordan would just be like, at least like, I'm turning around. You do what you want to do. And Angie could have got away. Angie could have got away.
Yeah, she could have just,
but no, she gets arrested. Out. She could have ran in the woods. If they don't know to run after her, they're going to be at the camp just investigating what happened there.
Exactly. That's why.
But no, she gets arrested, and Jordan doesn't want to blame it all on Angie. Toby and Stu are in love. Now Stu loves him. And I'm like, girl, I guess.
Enough to talk about this. No, this was some Scream 2 shit. Like with Gail talking about, oh, I'm going with him to the hospital. He's family. You have not spoken to this boy this entire movie.
When you're here, you're family.
Like, they have not had a conversation the entire movie, and all of a sudden, now he family, he can come to me to the emergency room. Get the fuck up out of here. Boy Erased was the movie. So yeah. Fun fact, the guy who ran because Boy Erased was based on a true story, and the guy who ran that conversion therapy camp in Texas is now married to his husband in Texas. They can go to hell. So
it's always the loudest ones, baby.
Always the loudest ones. So yeah, the movie ends and the kids just are like, they're gonna go off and live their lives. The lesbians, they're gonna, she's gonna introduce her to her mom, her parents.
I don't think that would have went over well.
I don't either. I was like, because the Asian girl Veronica don't have nothing to hide, baby. She's in college. So
okay.
You might want to be like, hey, can I come stay in your dorm? Because baby, they about to be like, I don't like.
What college do you go to? Maybe I should go there.
Right, Brown. So they
not Brown.
So yeah, the movie ends, and I felt completely empty. I was very upset. I do recognize that I was the one who chose this movie, and I'll take that L. But I was very upset because they just tried to do way too much. It was 5 different fucking movies.
What's my motivation? Remember that commercial?
LGBTQ, like, y'all failed. Y'all could have done a good queer horror movie without it being
they, them. It should have been called Shit Show.
Literally, I don't know. You could have just made a psychological thriller about them torturing people and it being like scary in that way, but adding the killer aspect is, I don't know. It was just too much going on. Like, even the idea of one of them portraying the others was like, it could have been a psychological thriller, not a horror movie, but you tried to do too much and you failed. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, but during Pride Month, I got to give it a 2.
I'm going to give it a 3. I agree with everything that you said. The best kill was Owen, and I guess they saved the budget for that because that throat slash was epic. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would not recommend this. I'm so upset I had to watch it for the second time. Mm-hmm. But I will not watch it again, period.
Ever. Why did they throw the pink shit in? I'm just...
And then that was the closing song. What horror movie ends with a pretty, pretty, please, don't you ever feel?
Like, it's like y'all are they tried to make so many statements in one movie and it just didn't need all that. Like... No, because honestly, the statement, it could have been, you know what this movie could have been? Tiffany. You remember, was it Are You There? Or Are You Here? Or Are You Next? Yes. Remember Are You Next?
You're Next?
You're Next. There we go. You're Next, where it's like, the girl gets in and then she becomes like, it could have been like that. That's what I was expecting for Jordan. Like, the killer was going to come in, be killing everybody, including the kids, and then Jordan be like, oh shit, I know how to fuck people up, and then Jordan saves everybody. It could have been that type of movie and still been a better movie than what they gave us. It's like they were trying to do too much, and I don't know, but like it would have been a better movie if they had made it like that, because that's what like they bigged Jordan up so much, like making Jordan seem to be the one who was down to kill and who knew how. So just to turn and put the gun down, get the fuck out of my face,
child. Right.
Well, but yeah,
that is They Them 2022. We're gonna continue on Pride Month. Please be sure to follow us next week when we review Bodies.
Are you serious?
Why not?
Oh, I thought you were gonna choose something else. Thank God I can finally get off the Peacock app. So yeah, all right, let's go for it. At least that one's funny.
Do you think so? Them people got on my nerves.
It's probably going to be funny to me for reasons that are not funny to you.
Oh God!
Because I use that podcast clip to promote our show.
I believe you. So yeah, go watch They Them if you want to, but don't tell them I sent you.
Exactly.
Bye.
Bye.
Where did you hide it, Dan?